Oh, hi there. It is Thursday, and it's time for some slow and thoughtful shogi on Shogi Club 24. We have another 2 months of life left in Shogi Club 24. Let's make the most of it. This week I've been playing well. This week I've been definitely at a peak, at a local peak here, I think. And so my rating on Shogi Club 24 has increased a bit. My rating on Shogi Wars has increased a bit. So, it's only a matter of time until that plummets. So hopefully I've reverse jinxed by saying there are times when it plummets. Hopefully I've jinxed that, which means it'll just increase. But we'll see. As usual at this time of day, pretty low player population. So let's start requesting a game and see who's out there that might want to play. Have not played Laputa period before. And there's the challenge, Yamaguchi. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. We're Gote, continuing the Gote streaks from yesterday. Checking the stream. Looking all right. Start pushing our pawn. Is he going to make Gange? Is he going to make Yagura? Yagura desu ne. Okay. Let's get this. Right, make our way up. Do the exchanges. His king is still in the center of the board. So this comes with check. I don't think that pawn is good there. I think or maybe it is. Maybe it is. So if I take the silver, he takes with this gold, and then I don't have a way in. So let's come back. And now we will make the edge attack. Hey, Fordu, nice to see you. He just did not expect it. He just did not. So if it was my move, what would I do here? Like if it was my move, let's say he moves the king over or he does some other move. Do I take the knight or do I take the pawn? Well, this is I mean, this is fantastic now. Do I drop a pawn back here? Let's drop the pawn. Interesting. Okay. It's fair. So he's going to fight. Hey, Benjamin Truitt. Nice to see you. Ah. Wow. Tempted to take this pawn. Tempted to attack here as well. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Woo! Did I just throw this one? Did I just throw this one? Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. I think I lost. I think I now lost. I think I now lost. I'm gonna keep playing. Huh. Hey, Spinal Tap Chest. Great to see you. Great to see you. You're here early. You wonder if the Laputa period. Well, it's Laputa period. First of all, is a Studio Ghibli fan. Interesting. I don't know enough to say. Okay. Come back here. Oh no. Should I get the one gap? Where is he going? Where is he going? Should I jump my knight? I jump my knight. Oh, that's not it. I wanted to jump the knight. Ah, jump the knight. Not, oh gosh, I grabbed the wrong knight. I grabbed the wrong knight. So if I come back with the silver and he comes up here, I get the gold. I drop the gold and that's going to be over. I come up here, then I just win the rook. Oh no, I don't win the rook. So I drop the gold. He comes back. I take. Boy, that really bothers me. That really bothers me that I dropped the wrong knight. I can drop a pawn here. I can drop a pawn here. How about this? So I drop a pawn. Takes, or drop a pawn. Yeah, drop a pawn. Then I can trap it. Okay. So at least my gold take will come with check. Oops. So maybe it'll work out. Maybe it'll all work out. Okay, do I have mate now with this rook? With the rook drop. Rook drop. He runs. I take the knight. Rook drops. Huh. Boy, I'm not so I'm not a gold. A gold wouldn't do it. A gold wouldn't be very useful here. Okay. Okay. Take. Take. No, bishop doesn't work. Bishop doesn't work. Bishop doesn't work because the pawn is here. Pawn. No, I can't trump a pawn. Okay. Okay. Um, Sumero. Sumero. Okay. Rook. I think that's mate. Rook. Rook drop. Rook drop. Gold takes. Token takes. Right? Rook drop. King cannot go here. Nothing else can capture the rook. Gold takes. Token takes. The token cannot be taken. The king cannot go here because of the token. The king cannot go here because of the knight. All right. Arigatou gozaimashita. All right. That was a topsy-turvy game. Topsy-turvy game. Yloigh has a 7-stream streak. Yloigh is currently on a 7-stream streak. Greetings, greetings, greetings. Very nice. Franz Budikoff, nice to see you. Emperor Rex, good day. Toiga Onaral, hello. You're watching from Turkey with your girlfriend. Very nice. But you're a big fan of the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wait, TikTok. Wait, what are you saying about TikTok? Who are you, Shogi people? Greetings, greetings, hello. Nice to turn to the stream, turn to the side and see a bunch of people joining. Tolga Onaral, do you play Shogi? Do you and your girlfriend play Shogi? I'm gonna guess that this is where I trap my dragon. I'm gonna guess that this is where I trap my dragon. It is. It is. So that's the one thing I'll look at in this one. Oh, I don't need to manually select like an animal. I can click this button. Kifu Kopi. You play chess. No. You're not smart enough to play Shogi. I don't know about that. So I've been the discussion of smartness in these games. I think I'm at the point now where I am not going to have any of it. I'm not going to have any of it. There's the idea that only smart people play these games. I feel like I have a splinter in my finger. Something is really weird here. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true at all. I think being smart can help a lot. Like you see people that are just, they're just faster. They think faster. They're smart. And they are sometimes very good at these types of games. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going with it. But I think you can be very good at this game without being smart. What is smart anyway? What does that even mean anymore? So where was the so we broke in. I want to see I want to see was the pawn drop right? Was the pawn drop right? It was, I'll just say it was not wrong. It was not wrong. It likes the engine likes 7-8 gold more. I'm seeing that. I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. But mine is very close behind. Everything else is like the other stuff is okay. Like this is the third best move. This is the fourth best move. This is the fifth best move. So not even close to the top 5 is at least not even close to the top move, but not even in the top 5 is taking any of these pieces. So that feels good that at least I was on the right track. So again, it's pawn drop. Pawn drop again is the move. Which, now that I see it is obviously is it. Oh, with more thought at depth 20 now. Now it likes the. Oh, I see why. Yeah, it's a nice idea because you're going to come in with this. But taking is not bad. Your taking is almost just as good. Okay. 8-2. Oh, 8-2. Interesting. Okay. So it wants to come back. It wants to come back and just, it wants to come back and consolidate our advantage. Like, I'm going to guess that he's going to do this. What is the best move? 8-5. Take. Okay. All right. So the engine has blown its brain. Let's just say 8-6. Let's just say the eights. Why is 8-6? Why would the engine prefer 8-6 to 8-7? To get a tempo? Yeah, the opponent should begin to. Yeah, well, they should. You know, hashtag just resigned, but they didn't. Who are Shogi people? So you say, by the way, aren't you going to participate in Shogi tournaments? We don't have many Shogi tournaments in the United States. We don't have many. There are two usually. There's one that just completed this October in Los Angeles called the West Coast Shogi Tournament. And I was going to go. Something came up last minute that made me have to cancel. So I was going to, but I ended up not attending. The U.S. Shogi Championship is in April. The next one is going to be in New York. I'm planning on going. But that's really it. That's really all we have. So what now? 9-8? But the rook will take it. The rook will take it, right? Oh, no, the rook won't take it. Yeah, we get this. Okay. Sneaky. All right. So was there a better move after I messed up? After I messed up here. A lot of better moves. A lot of better moves for better shogi. Yeah. I can drop the bishop. I can... What else can I do? I can just come up here. I can move my king over. Okay. So once I've gotten my dragon sort of in the corner, it's time to slow it down. Find some safety and then reignite some attack somewhere else. Okay. Sounds good. Let's go back. Laputa again is in there. This feeling on my finger is very strange. It feels like there's a slight piece, like a fiber of wood, like right in the knuckle. Doesn't look like there is, but so I crossed the 300 win mark. I have 301 wins now on Shogi Club 24. So I guess, you know, when the doors close in Shogi Club 24, it just powers down. I'll always have the 300 wins. Yeah, you would like to play? Yeah, definitely. Who are you, Shogi people? Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to the free room. Okay, you're Hashimon. Why doesn't 81 Dojo let you use arrows? It's extremely silly. Hyperborean foreskin. Nice to see you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're two done. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Oh, I'm Sente. Well, to be fair, these arrows are my arrows. And 81 Dojo does let you do arrows if you drag. They let you use arrows in some circumstances. They're unwieldy. They are unwieldy, but they do let you do it. If you left click the same button that you use to make your moves, if you left click and drag, you can get arrows in 81 Dojo. Look at this. See, all the good players do this. I swear, all the good players do this. All the good players do this. Although it's even earlier than usual. Usually it's after silver 4-4, then rook. Well he's Gote. After silver 6-6, then it's rook 2-2. All right, so I just play shogi now. I just get this in. I'm not going to necessarily give up on my attack. Get this piece going. Does this mean he's considering go? Okay, no. I thought that meant considering Anaguma. That pause often will mean there's a consideration for Anaguma. So let's get this. Just prophylaxis. Hey, Jack-o'-lantern, good to see you. You say, yeah, you can do arrows with either control plus left click or right click. Unless you're on a Mac, and you might have to do like shift control, or you might need to use there's some weird integration there, or there's some weird. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this because I know the engine. I know that often the engine recommends this. So this is a position. I mean, we talk about this position. It almost feels like in every stream these days, where the opponent has gone to opposing rook. They've gone hyper defense on the right side, and they're left with a little bit of a castle, but still better castle than ours. So silver 5-6 will block the eventual. Silver 5-6 will block. I believe this is why the engine likes it a lot of times, is because it will block this eventual bishop over there, and that's how I humanize the move. It also prevents their not prevents, but like uh yeah, I cannot give up the I cannot give up the I cannot give up the sack. So the gold next to the rook means that they want to put more into their attack. Oh, that's possible. So it feels to me like it's always so defensive. But yeah, I think you're right. I think it also does add to the attack over this side because it certainly becomes a thing. Oh boy. I don't love having to do this. I definitely don't. So that's one of the things. Oh, now he just got drops the pawn. This silver. So this is yeah, this is a perfect example now why I should not block this way. I need to be able to clear my bishop to be able to defend this pawn. Yeah. Yeah, so I've lost that pawn. So I'm down a pawn. I'm down a pawn, and it's an important pawn. For now. And now there's not so much value in me being able to come over here. Oops, come over here. Because this is not really going to be where we explain. This is not going to be the two faces of opposing rook, as Fujimori would say. And they're both ugly faces. The two faces of opposing rook, and they're both ugly and nasty faces. Unlike the beauty and sophistication and elegance of Urashino Ryu face. Now I'm just throwing. Now I'm just throwing. Now I'm just throwing. I was so out of ideas that that I cycled through all my candidate moves and then picked a completely new move that I didn't even think 3 seconds about. Yeah, so now there's this. I am definitely intimidated by seeing that 2-dan Shogi Club 24 rating. Definitely intimidated. I should have stuck to my normal stuff. I really should have stuck to my 100% normal line against a better player. I shouldn't be trying to invent or experiment with new theory. So if I come back here, then I'm going to be trapped. So I can't. I think this. Should I, if he pushes this pawn, should I drop a pawn back? Or should I drop a pawn forward? Well, I can't drop a pawn forward because this pawn is blocking it. You know, I have to be able to defend these. Ooh. I think I just have to drop the pawn. I know. So if I drop the pawn, he takes, I take. He pushes. No, take. No, that's not it. Cannot Tataki. I think I cannot lose this because this is going to be too strong. If I come down, if I try or come up, let's say I come up and I try to save the silver, the pawn just comes in and it's game over. If I drop the pawn, he takes, I take. Is it going to happen anyway? I think it's going to happen anyway. Or do I drop it here? No. So if I drop it here, he pushes. If I try to take, he comes forward. I go back. He redrops the pawn. Then I take. No. If all right, we're doing it. Oh no, that's the bishop. Oh, why didn't I look for the bishop? I'm so intimidated. I'm so intimidated. I'm so intimidated. This is how I play against the U.S. champ. This is like how I play against the U.S. champ. I think for a long time, but I still just make idiotic moves. It's like I can't stop from blundering. I'm very intimidated. Well, but if he takes the bishop, I take? No, then he takes. Yeah. So I think I have to take. um, I have no pawns, so I just gave up my last pawn. Oh, this is a disaster. This is an absolute disaster. Wrong square. Okay. This was supposed to be in 5-3. This. I'm sorry. I am so sorry that I'm playing so badly again. If you're listening, I'm so sorry that I'm playing this badly. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I wanted to give you a good game so badly. And I'm just, I'm making bad shogi moves, and now I'm just making misclicks. Now I'm just making misclicks. Oh, goodness. Oh. um... uh... I could give up. What could I could do? Take silver. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? uh, I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to make it chaotic. I'm trying. I'm so desperately in trouble. I'm so desperately in trouble. And now the opponent thinks, is this a blunder? Is my opponent a genius? Uh, I am not letting this pawn become a token. I don't care what happens. I am not letting this pawn become a token. Actually, no, he can force it. Yeah. And now here it comes. Now here it comes. But I'm coming. I'm coming as well. I'm coming as well. Oh. So if a token, if a pawn is worth 1,000 generals, is a gold general worth a pawn and a token? So is the proverb transitive? Can we say that one gold would be worth a pawn and a token? Right, so that's this. If I give up this gold for a pawn and a token, that's like I'm getting at least 2,000 generals. If you do the math, if you do the maths, as our friends in Europe would say, this this is a trade that is worth probably 2,000 generals. Do I have any sort of attack? Like, is there any like what's the idea behind this? What is the idea? He has no. So if I come over, is it silver? It's silver. Take silver. The he makes a move like this, and I've got Queen in my head. Mama, what am I gonna? What am I even? See, if I use this gold to defend over here, what am I going to use to checkmate? Because clearly I need to be thinking about checkmate in a situation like this. So if I drop a gold, takes. Well, or do I drop my... No, I need my knight back. I need my knight for shenanigans. I need my knight for shenanigans. I'm not going to drop my knight back here. Because I also want to threaten the bishop. Can't double up the bishops. Well, one I'll take, but also I could just take there. This knight is strategically placed to defend this 4-5 square. Oh, and now hold on. Hold on. Hold on. We've got a knight and a bishop. We have a knight and a bishop. There's always hope. With a knight and bishop in hand, there is always hope. Didn't mean to make you cry. Is it mate if I... Is it so I do I is it either save the do I have two choices here? Save this promoted silver or save my king temporarily? So like if I run
60秒の秒読みに入ります。
bishop drop, come back,
,30 秒
if I do this, then he just comes over.
40秒
No, if I do this, then he drops a gold. Do this, he drops a gold.
50秒 1、2、3、4、5、6
All right. I don't necessarily see. I can't read the mate, so I think it's there, but oh, well, he doesn't get the he does the knight would be helpful. The knight would be helpful. The knight would be helpful.
,30秒
All right. We're going into safety. We're going into safety between our two best friends. Our two best friends and our good friend over here is also watching. I've got material. Now, keep in mind, I did say that I would not allow this pawn to become a token. But it's possible that I will be. Gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Redrop. He's also got the knight. He's also got the knight.
30秒
How about we drop the pawn here? How about we do that? I don't like that this is... I don't like that this silver is now in my way. Maybe I should have taken with the rook. Maybe I should have taken with the rook. Nah. Nah, because then he gets the knight. Oh. So I take he no, so if I
30
I've got a
秒
lot of pieces. I've got a lot of pieces. What if I take he
40
takes
秒
I drop the knight, I drop the bit. That's not a great trade.
50秒1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9。
That's the last move I wanted to make, but whatever. Knight drop, take silver drop, run take. Yep. 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 So the thing is, I drop. He does a gold. Takes. 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 No, he doesn't have a. He doesn't have a silver. He doesn't have a silver.
30秒 40秒
Can he mate with a horse and a naked rook? Ah, there it is. There it is. What? What just happened? Wait, what just happened? It's suspended. Suspended. Close. No, I don't want to close. I want to resume. I want to wait resume. Can you not wait resume for... Can you not wait resume for... Can you not wait resume for lounge games? Does buy? No. How do we resume? Are you there? Shogi people, are you there? Oh, who are you, Shogi people? I'm gonna copy this Kifu in. Add this to a study. I need to create a new one. Hi there versus Shogi Club 24. Wait, that was 2024. See it? Wait, what about 2025? All right, I don't know. Club 24 2025 C. Let's see if that's one of those. Okay. Add a new chapter. Okay. You think I have to go to the lounge? So good to see you, NinWorld, by the way. So I will, let me do that. But usually when you close, it'll say, do you want to wait, do you want to close or wait resume? So I'm going to go to the lounge and I will free game, resume game. Let's try. It said, I wonder if he was knocked off the internet. Hey, Killer Ducky, nice to see you. It's more shocking that I didn't insta resign after my misclick. Sometimes random disconnections with 24. Yeah. 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 I think you're right. I think you're totally right. Oh, no problem. No problem. I assume you were going to win anyway, but I was starting to get excited. I was definitely starting to get excited. Yeah, so yeah, you still had the win. I was definitely excited here. This is okay, so this is what I was expecting, 4-1, but then I thought what did I think? Then I thought I was going to drop a silver. Drop a silver or get this guy over. It's still, I guess it's still, no matter what, you've got the pressure. Actually, can you even ignore this? Can you ignore this? Can you ignore the Tataki? Yeah, you can. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. Great game though. Great game. I'm so sorry that I didn't give you a good game there. I I got, I think I was just very much intimidated by you. And then that final misclick was real unfortunate. So where look at this. This isn't even that bad. Look at this. Wow. The more the engine thinks, the more it agrees with you. So where were we? Where were we? Yeah, so I gave up my pawn already, and it's still an even game. It's still an even game. Um, so the key here was this was bad. Like I mentioned in the game, it lost my knight. It lost the pawn. It killed the pawn. Um, I probably should have just come out here. I probably should have. So what are the best moves? 2-7 rook. Don't understand it. That's not a move I'll make. 7-6 pawn. Yeah. That's preemptive for this, I believe. 6-5 silver. Preemptive for this. And allows me to get in here. And then potentially play Nakabisha, I think. Then 3-6 pawn, which I think is the move. If I had to do it all over again, I think I just play 3-6 pawn. Yeah, thank you for the game. You played a beautiful game. Very solid. I struggle against this opening, despite the fact that I play so often against this. I really struggle against the opening. And we were looking at yesterday with Koshiro, we were looking at Murata system, and he was showing me a Murata system against opposing rook or against Furibisha, and the problem is I don't know what my opponent is going to play. So it's like it would be great for me to do that if I know my opponent is going to do this. But if I do that, they may not do this. Or they may like might just be a static rook player, in which case I'd have to play a different type of Murata system, I guess. But like, I love playing Urshin Ryu. So it's difficult. Prove I can make a comeback by beating the computer from here. From here? I'm not beating a computer from here. This is an even game. I mean, maybe the Lee Shogi level 1 computer. That's not a bad idea. Play the Lee Shogi level 1 computer from here. See if I can beat it in an even game in a position that I struggle with. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Oh, thank you. Who are you, Shogi people? I would love to play again sometime. That was fun. And the thing is, I think maybe the more we play, maybe I'll be less intimidated. Although it didn't work out. Like I said during the game, when I play the 2024 United States Shogi champion, he used to live very close. So he went to the local club that I go to. So I've played him a lot of times. And the thing is, I make mistakes against him that I don't make against anyone. So obviously, he's going to beat me no matter what. But when I play him, I would like to play a good game. I want to give him a fun game, and I want to do my best against a strong player. But I make mistakes that I don't make against anyone. It's like this intimidation factor that really impacts my moves. And I'm curious. I'm curious why that is. Because I play good against you. I don't think I would play good against you. I just against Spinal Tap, against Koshiro, I'm going to guess that I would just play terribly. In the last game in that Lee Shogi event. Yeah, that's true. I was trying so hard. The best player that I have played a good non-blundering game against, like non-massive blundering game, was Muse. So I played him over the board one day. He played Static Rook against my Urashino Ryu, and it was a good game. And I was very pleased at the end. I lost, but I was very pleased with how I played. When I play a great player, I just want to play decent moves. Like, I know I'm expecting to lose, but I'm trying to play the best moves I possibly can, and maybe grind it out to the end and make it a tough game. NinWorld, you say against you, I always get an advantage out of the opening. It's it really shows to me where the good players like you differ from me. Like the difference is stark. I would say the difference between me and like a 3-dan is pretty stark. Yes, I will sometimes luck out and beat a 3-dan. I've done it a few times in my life. But for the most part, we play. Often I get a good position out of the opening. There is the 3-dan that I play most is a member of the SF Shogi Club. And I think I'm routinely way better out of the opening. way better because he plays the stuff that I train, like that I am most experienced with. And I have only managed to get one win off of him because the good players make it so difficult to win. And when they are in a bad spot, the good players know how to make it very tricky, or they know how to make it very difficult to proceed. And then their strength just kind of continues. Hey, it's Ian Cannon, great to see you. And they continue, and slowly I'm sort of bleeding away the equity in the game, and then it turns around, and very rarely will I turn it back around. And it's I want to say inspiring, but it's not inspiring at the time, because I want to win. But yeah, so Muse, my games against Z-Kid eventually became mostly embarrassments. As he got better, my play not only did he get better such that he would have beaten me anyway, but he got better, and I think I just started getting a little more desperate. I don't know if it's intimidation or desperation of like, this person is so good, I have to make desperate moves to get like a big advantage so I can win. And so it's like, it's a 1-2 punch of they are getting better and I am actually playing worse against them, which makes me in the end feel like a fool in the game, because it must have been 3 or 4 games in a row against Z-Kid playing over the board and online. This includes one of those online SF Shogi Club meetups where we get to the familiar even-ish position where he's got his Gangi and 5th rank Rook, and I've got my Urashino Ryu sort of defensive setup going, and then I try to push a little bit, and eventually I just get my silver trapped. And it was like 3 or 4 games in a row, I think, where I overextended my silver and got it trapped by the same basic tactic where you end up with 2 pawns. You end up with 2 opposing pawns on the sides of your silver, that kind of silver trap. And then a pawn, a drop on the head of the silver wins it. And I walked into that like 3 or 4 times in a row. And, I feel terrible coming out of these games because it's like, against the good players, you want to give them a good game. You want to try your best. You want to make it interesting. And you want to show that you've improved as well. And so, I'm pressing, and I think the thing that against the US champ is that, especially since he plays, I don't want to say quirky openings, but he plays aggressive openings, sharp openings. I'm thinking about so many things, and then eventually I just like drop the wrong piece, or I run out of ideas, and then make a move that isn't even one of the ideas that I considered. Like what happened in this game. Like in this game, that one move where I allowed the fork of the bishop and the silver, which he didn't take. I'm guessing that he was building up more pressure, so it was actually better not even to make that fork. But the thing was, like, I'm thinking about so many different things and not finding a move, so then my brain just makes a move, and this move hasn't been vetted. Yeah, it's a good player. Strong players are really good at both slowing you down and accelerating themselves. Yes, 1,000%. 1,000%. Especially slowing me down. Slowing me down in such a way that I have to I have to find some really good candidate moves. And a lot of times it feels like they put me in a position where it's vague, where it's very vague. My evaluations are very vague of what kind of candidates I have. And, I try to learn from it. I try to take from that and do the same to my opponents. And, with varying degrees of success. Usually not much success. But I do think, and I think it's one of those, I do think it's one of those where it's easier to see it when someone is doing it to you than it is to see when you're doing it to someone else. Like when I say that my opponents are so resilient, I think it's easier for me to see when my opponents are being resilient to me than when I am being resilient to my opponents. Because, when I'm making the moves, they just feel like moves. They just feel like good moves. Or they just feel like the best move that I've got. So it's not like when I am in a bad spot, I'm actively thinking, how do I make this trickier for him? How am I, although maybe I should, but how do I be resilient? It just turns out, it seems like that the opponent then makes some mistakes or whatever, and maybe that's the indication that I am being resilient. I don't know. Yeah. Before we proceed, I need to get some water and tea. I'm out. And so I'm gonna kick that off and be right back, and then continue here. All right. Back. Jack Lantern, you say you think a part of it is also planning ahead. Things like sacrificing a pawn earlier in the game to allow for a pawn drop later on that file. Yes. Or putting a rook in the best file to avoid issues. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Virtual Medical Doctor Ayaka. Hello. Good to see you. We have We're back with the stream boo. We're back with the remove the space spam. We're back. So that new technology that did not require us to remove the space to get the best viewers, it looks like maybe it was too good. Maybe the new technology was a little ahead of its time. Maybe it wasn't ready for prime time. They're back. They're back to the old spam technology where we have to remove the space. Yeah. So here we are. Yeah. So much of it seems to be about like not giving yeah. Guess that's holding. I guess that's holding. So like if he did this, so let's say I oh, so this is yeah, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. I was going to say if we got to a situation where he's coming back and forth, I think I would Sinichte here. So let's say I do this and he takes this pawn and then I take the pawn, then he comes over here. Oh, and that is the top engine line. So I think I would Sinichte here. I would accept this. Lee Shogi doesn't have, I guess, the concept of Sinichte in the analysis board. This is what I would do. And it seems like it is the best move. It's the best move for both of us. Weirdly. Oh no, it's not the best move for me. No, it is the best move for me. Wait. Oh no, this one is. This one is now. Okay. Okay. What is going on with this? All right. I don't think I tracked the wins and losses today. I don't think I tracked the wins and losses yet. So oops.
Loss. Current streak is 1 loss. Win. Current streak is 1 win.
So let me fix the win rate. It's my streak is -1. Would I do the Sinichte in an OTB game to play Gote in the next game? I would do Sinichte in an over the board game, if only because I've never done it in an over the board game. But also, when we play at the club, we're playing no matter what. So if we draw, if we Sinichte, then we'll probably play someone else in the next game. So, if I'm playing a player that's a lot better than I am, I'll grab that Sinichte at Sente. I totally would. I would feel good about it. That's one of the things that I can't remember his name. I believe Anderson, the famous Swedish grandmaster. He's an old guy now. When he was interviewed, he changed my entire view on draws. That like I've said a few times now on stream, where I feel they are a feature of chess. I feel that draws are a feature of chess, not a limitation of chess. So when he talked about how you can both play just some good games and both players walk away satisfied, I was like, you know what? I would not mind that either. I would not mind that. That's right. You know, sometimes it's tough that the reality of these games is, I mean, I assume that shogi is a win, is a forced win. I assume that shogi is a forced win for either Sente or Gote. I don't know, but I assume it is a forced win. And but like chess, you know, is a forced draw. But either way, it would be nice to play a game where neither player blunders and they can both walk away somewhat happy, versus like essentially someone has to blunder, or you know, someone has to make a big mistake. Well, I guess you don't have to make a big mistake. You just have to make a bunch of smaller mistakes. I don't know. You know, as I'm getting older, I'm getting more of a weenie. I'm getting to be more of a weenie. And thinking about having fun is a concern now for me, whereas it wasn't in the past. All right, so let's switch back to rating games. Nico's card. Let's challenge Nico's card. They're on mobile. Oh. So I am going to guess, oh, they're on mobile. So on mobile, you can set that rating range. I don't know what the default is. I just happened to be playing with the Shogi Club 24 app yesterday. I was watching games. I was observing games. And I noticed that there is an option to set a rating range. So he's 930. I am 775. So he probably has 100 or 50, whatever set. NinWorld, you say you think it depends on the situation. You play all of your games out. You play all your games out, and there are very few draws in your OTB chess games. Oh, nice. Most draws I see in the club are offered draws because both sides are afraid of blundering. Exactly. So that's also part of my argument, I guess, for draws in chess. Because people say, and they'll say like, you know, I love shogi because there aren't draws like there are in chess. And it's like, well, what level are you in chess? And they'll say, you know, 1100 or something like that, or 1200. And draws are just not common at those levels. So like people seem to give chess all sorts of grief. Like they complain about chess draws, but it is simply not a factor in the everyday chess life of amateur players. I don't know what that rating range is, but like below 1800, below 2000. I don't know, but like the same thing happened. The same thing basically happened to me. So I've played a few draws. Like I drew. At a club, I drew someone who I think said he was 1900 USCF, but he was older, and I think I mentioned this before, but like, it seems like when people at the club say their rating, they give their peak rating, like, historically. So this guy might have been 1900, like, 20 years ago. You know, I don't know. But anyway, you know, I drew this player, and he forced the draw. He kind of had to. Because I think my position, I don't remember what the situation was. I think I had a bishop diagonal and I was up a pawn, and I think it was looking really scary for him. So he found a way to force a draw. as far as I thought I was forced, even though I think I liked my position a lot more. I think I was forced to accept it. So I've played one of those. I have never played outside of a Blitz tournament, like an unrated Blitz tournament. I have played no chess tournaments. So I don't have the experience of accepting draws or agreeing to draws. If someone has asked me, do you want to draw? And like in these casual club games before, and I said, well, no, I'd like to play it. I said I'd like to play it out. Like, I know that you don't have to respond. Officially by the rules, you don't have to respond. You just make your move. Like, that's your decline of the draw. But I was like, no, I want to play it out, and I did win the game. It was like I think he said he was chess.com 1300, something like that, and he offered a draw when I think I was clearly better, and we played it out, and I did win. So, but when I watch the games there, I see a bunch of games, and the one of the other draws at that club that I've gotten. So all of my draws, except for like that attempt that guy did, which I didn't accept, they were forced draws, or they were just, neither of us knew what to do. Neither of us knew how to proceed. It was very, what do they call it? Dry. It was a very dry getting to the end game, where we had our pawn structures we had our pawn structures, and I think we had bishops. We just had pawns, I think, and bishops. And we're just shuffling around. The king could not, neither king can get forward because of the pawn structure, and we just shuffled pieces really until it's like, it's a draw. I felt good about that game. But anyway, yeah. But I don't think I would play out all my games when draws would be offered, but I think I would play out a lot of my games. If I perceived myself to be winning, I would play out my game. Or if I was playing a lower level player and it was even, I would play out my game. $173. Not many players, and they're not. This guy won't accept my challenge because I'm too low level. ZZZZ. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. This person's on the border of 8Q, and I am just slightly above 8Q. All right. There we go. There we go. It's like a nightmare. I'm going to play aggressively. Let's do this. Get the gold up to 7-8. Whoa. Pawn drop. Bishop takes. Silver takes. Bishop takes. Knight drop. Pawn drop. Bishop takes. Silver takes. Silver takes. Knight drop. Rook forward. Silver. Promote. Gold takes. Bishop takes. Knight takes. Promote. Edge. So pawn takes. Pawn takes. 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 That feels the safest to me. What about come back? Take? What about just take? No. I like coming back. I like coming back. All right. All right. Wow. Hmm. All right. Wow. Interesting. He's playing. He's this like he's flailing well, and now I almost want to say we're somewhat even. Can I push? Can I? No, I can't. I have no pawns. Lance, take. So if I jump this knight, he takes this pawn. I drop the lance. So what about the pawn? What about the pawn? I drop the pawn. He comes back. I drop the lance. Drop the lance. He takes, I take, he takes. No. All right, let's do it. So we'll get a lance drop here. No pawns. Guess I can get them. So slowly. Yeah, I need a pawn to drop back here. Sorta. Sorta, kinda. Origamoniwa, nice to see you. Haralu, great to see you. You're currently on a 3-stream streak. Nice. Blizar, hello, hello. Is it possible to challenge you on Lee Shogi? I mean, I prefer not to play on Lee Shogi today, but we can play. We can play. Definitely. So what about this? What about this? So silver, or silver takes, gold takes, and then I get this. Oh, nice. Nice. What if I just take? I take, gold takes, silver drop. He runs. Gold drop. Very nice. Well done. Okay. Okay.
これより一手、60秒の秒読みに入ります。
So if I drop a pawn, he drops the knight. I come back, he drops the silver. Take. Wait. Take. Yeah, I think that's okay. But he's got the pawn
30
also.
秒。40秒。
And I think I just run. I think I run, and then he drops a silver. Gold. Take. Then he drops a pawn. Take.
30秒。
Should I just run?
40秒。
No, I don't think so. Should I come up? Gold. Takes. Interesting. Okay.
30秒、
Knight.
40秒、
Knight. Let's do this first. Let's do this. Okay. I can give him a knight. I can give him a knight. Wow. Drop a knight. He has to go back.
30秒、
I don't think he has mate. That's mate. Okay. ありがとうございました. Okay. I think it would still have been interesting at the end there.
Win. Current streak is 1 win.
What a fight by the opponent. What a fight. What a fight by these Shogi Club 24 players. Yeah. Well, he could have taken this pawn. Yeah, I mean, I can run. I think I can run pretty far, but he's got... Oh, no, 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 no. Oops. So what did the graph say? Smooth sailing. I'm like not punch drunk, but I feel like I've been punched in the stomach. Even though I came out of it at the end. Look at this. Look at this just crushing opening and then just bleeding slowly all the equity away till it's completely gone. Then gained it back and then gave it up again. And then managed to make some lucky moves. What a good game. I'm like inspired by that style of play. I am definitely inspired by that style of play. Like he could have given up. I actually thought he was going to resign, you know, once he lost the rook. Like I thought it was going to be a resign here. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course, of course, of course. Of course. Oh boy, of course. Oh my gosh, I got so fancy. I tried to get so fancy that I just. And that's when I should have forced the. I've got to force this in. I've got to get this in. I cannot let him stop me back here like he did. Especially with this open diagonal. Yeah, darn. Darn, 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 darn. Yeah. And this is once I'm in, it's going to be so clear how to get through. Hmm. Nine eight, nine nine, nine nine rook, 8 8 rook. Yeah. All right. 9 9 rook again. Yeah. Oh, it liked the bishop exchange. Or just coming over here. Yeah, this seems totally great. It seems totally great, right? Like, what's he going to do? Defend back here? Hmm. Yeah. These all look so obvious. They all look so obvious in hindsight. My move wasn't terrible, but like these better moves, they look. That's the thing is they look so obvious in hindsight, but I didn't even. They weren't even on my radar. Okay, so 7 7 7 7 rook, really, and then force the silver. So we do this, and then what? Four knight. 4 4 knight. 4 4 knight. 4 4 and 2 4 knight. So I think I'm reading this clearly. I think I'm reading this clearly. This feels like a storming the Mino Castle style move, but I don't see it. Is the idea to eventually get the lance to laser these two? Say he does this. Interesting. It wants. Wait, what? Against edge king, push edge pawn. That's the. Uh, uh. 6 6 pawn. Okay. I'll buy that. I like that. I like that move. Is that not what he said to do? Is that, yeah, I guess that is. Yeah, it's just not a, and taking there is bad. Wow. Oh, 4-8. Is that not 4-8? Oh, that's not 4-8. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Oh, it's gonna be mate. Okay, okay. Oh boy. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Sumero again. Okay. Okay. Wow. So what to learn from this game? What to take from this game? That I've got to get the rook in. I can't dilly-dally. I think I'm going a little bit too, I'm going too far in the other direction of not promoting and trying to find better moves. You know, the when you find a good move, find a better move. You know, that saying, I think that's biting me a little bit lately. Maybe education-wise it's helping, but in my result, you know, my on-the-board play, I think it's slightly hurting a bit. Blizar, are you there? You had asked to play to challenge, and I am open for a game. For everyone, you know, obviously. So let's close this out. New Shogi Club 24 high, 790. Climbing. What is 7Q? Is that 850? Is that 900? It looks like it must be 850-ish. Okay, so let's look at these. Let's look at these players. 7Q 874. Yeah, so it's 850. 850. 850 is 7Q. I'm going to jinx it now and say, maybe I can get to 7Q. Maybe I can get to 7Q Shogi Club 24 before they close down. That'd be kind of fun. 7Q is the Shogi Club, the 81 Dojo 1 to 2 Dan equivalent, I think. In the that ratings, is this it? This is not it. Ratings, 81 Dojo ratings. Wait, has this been updated? No. They're saying 6Q is the 2 Dan? Huh. Equivalent? I thought 7Q was the 2 Dan equivalent. It's on the edge. Either way, it's on the edge. It's on the edge. Where does that start balancing out? 3 Dan. 3 Dan is where it starts balancing out. 3 Dan 81 Dojo is between 2Q. It's a wide band, 2Q to 2 Dan on Shogi Club 24. So there must be a wide band here. Like what a Yloigh. Hey Darkney, nice to see you. This is a wide band. Switch that scene. Or no, I guess we're looking at what we can see. All right, so Blizar, you are not there, I think. Also, BK1P, if you are here or if you are watching this VOD later, I want to say that yesterday, I was rewatching the stream. Yesterday, you had made some comments, and I believe I responded to the comments, but I did not greet you. So I felt bad about it in watching. I don't think I did. So I felt bad in rewatching that I didn't actually say hello. So hello, belated hello. When is the Shogi 24-hour stream exactly? I am tentatively thinking of the first week of December. I'm taking suggestions, but I'm thinking first week of December. Because it is a farewell to Shogi Club 24 stream. And so it feels to me like it should probably be in that last month, like before, like relatively near Shogi Club's shutdown on the 31st, but not so close that the shutdown might actually happen early so that we miss it. So that's my plan. I am thinking first week of December. It's a 24. Wait, what do you mean? It's all the 24. So it was a 24 subs in October is going to be a 24-hour stream of Shogi Club 24. It was all a play on numbers for 24. So the plan was it's going to be a stream of playing on Shogi Club 24. But we're going to have other things. I've started making segment plans. I just got a message. I got it 40 minutes ago. I go to my phone now and I'm looking. I see there was a notification from Twitch. Bieber is live. Justin Bieber has entered chat. I don't think Justin Bieber entered my chat. I don't know what this means, but apparently Bieber is live. So if anyone, I would not be offended if anyone left. Maybe that's why our numbers are so low today. Everyone is watching Bieber. Justice Bieber. Famously from The Office. Justice Bieber. Oh boy. I would understand. We need to flood Justice Bieber. Justice Beaver. We need to flood Bieber. I'll raid the channel, and this huge raid will get Sensei to look at us, and I'll say, Bieber, do you play Shogi? Maybe that's the way. We go in, we ask him if he plays Shogi, and if not, we offer to teach. And all the good players in this channel, forget me, but all the good players in this channel can teach Bieber how to play. I'm gonna go in. I want to see what's actually going on here. Bieber is live. Justin Bieber, day 2. It looks like they're playing basketball. The frame rate is rough. No, it's better now. So they're playing basketball or something. They're in some. Yeah, they're playing basketball. I don't know if they want to play. Do you think they want to play Shogi instead? The airball. I saw the airball. Airball. Was that Justin Bieber that shot the airball? I have no idea. I have no idea what he looks like. Yeah. You want to play basketball? I haven't played basketball in so long. I'm not going to lie. I also would like to play some right now. I have not been doing many physical sports in a long time. It's like, walking and exercise, but no physical sports. Though some would say that shogi is a physical sport. The that pseudoscientific nonsense. I'm going to call it pseudoscientific nonsense that says, chess players burn thousands of calories while they're at the board. I'm going to guess that also applies to shogi. That same level of pseudoscience. Have I tried tennis? I played tennis all my life. I played competitively in tennis through high school. So in high school, I played competitive tennis, baseball, and in my freshman year, I ran track and cross country. But tennis and baseball, for a large portion of my life, early on, prior to getting, until I graduated from college, as a teenager and through college, I played tennis and taught tennis and sort of managed tennis courts in our area. So tennis was a huge part of my life. Baseball, traveling baseball teams throughout sort of high school and college was also a huge part of my life. So tennis, yes, tennis. I love it. My shoulders are destroyed at this point. I don't know why. I mean, I maybe my form. I don't know. But my labrums and whatnot, they're torn. They're not great. Like, I would not be able to play tennis now. I have not played tennis in a long time. It's one of those things when I started working. When I started working and family came, and tennis just never re-entered my life. So it was one of the biggest parts of my life, if not the biggest part of my life for, growing up. And it just kind of ended. And I never somehow really came back. Never really, the strangely, now that I'm thinking about it, like, the itch to play never really majorly came back. There was a period when I was in my 30s where I bought a couple just for the old. I had never been a Prince guy. But I always liked the Prince graphite, and I always liked Andre Agassi and Michael Chang and those guys. So as a 30-year-old, I was not someone who, as a player, I was not someone who used an oversized head on the racket. But when I turned 35, or not 35, when I was in my 30s, I got a couple Prince graphites. I strung them up. I still had my stringing machine. I used to also make a little bit of money stringing rackets. So I worked the tennis courts, strung rackets, taught lessons, etc., etc. So I strung it up. I got a Prince bag. I had my Prince things, and I played occasionally with a couple people. But I was rough. It was rough getting back. And my playing partner was the person who I had been working with and trying to play with was not great, not terrible, but like it was rough to get rallies going, and I didn't think my shoulder would hold out so much. I was definitely starting to get worried about that. So I didn't. So there was this brief period where I got some rackets and tried to make a grand comeback, but never did. And that's it. But it's I loved tennis. I loved tennis. I loved the pro game. I loved Boris Becker, Mats Wilander, Andre Agassi, McEnroe, of course. Just Monica Seles was my favorite player, And I actually saw her when I was in Chicago. I was at school when I was at university. I went to the finals of a ladies event, and Celis played Navratilova, two of my favorite players of all time, Celis and Navratilova. And I want to say that Celis won. Celis was so... People forget how good she was, before the stabbing. And that was a great event. Sampras, incredible. I was not a huge Team Sampras guy until later on. Same thing with Agassi. I was not a huge Agassi guy until the wig was off and he got older. Steffi Graf, huge fan. Oh man, just everyone. You could just name names from that time, but Boris Becker was huge for me. Mats Wilander, both of them, I loved their rackets. I when for a long period I was using the Boris Becker racket, the Puma. Gosh, I can't even remember what it's called. Was it Pro Extend? The Puma racket that you could extend at the grip to make longer or shorter. It was blue and red. Goran Ivanisevic is perhaps one of my favorite players, if not my favorite player. Thinking about favorite male players. My serve, even though I'm a righty, I'm right-handed, and he's the famously left-handed. A lot of my serve in the later years was modeled after trying to reproduce Ivanisevic. I don't have his height. I'm only 6 feet, and he was what, 6'4", 6'5", I think. At least 6'3", and I think for tennis players to get that huge serve, I think they've got to at least be 6'3", 6'2", 6'3". So Ivanisevic was huge when he won Wimbledon. It was later, but when he won Wimbledon, oh my gosh, I was so happy. Oh wow, your era, you're 26. So your era is Roddick, Nadal, Wawrinka, Tsonga, and Ferrer. Yeah, I assume that's Federer. But I feel bad for you. And that's still a decent era, I would say, but it's nothing like what I had. I feel like, and I think maybe everyone looks at their generation as the good times, but I think that the 90s and the 80s and 90s were just the peak of everything, and everything has been downhill since. So I think tennis though was also like that. At least in the United States, it was the peak of civilization, and I think everything has just been a downfall since then. But yeah, tennis was, oh man. Just talking about this. Oh, Ferrer, teammate of teammate of Team Spain with Nadal. It's not Jose Luis Ferrer, was it? I don't remember. I don't know those names all that much. That era bored me a little bit. I don't like Nadal. So that was my thing, is that I did not like Nadal. And so watching Nadal kind of impacted my enjoyment of it at all. And I was already kind of out of it at that time. I wasn't really watching. So he kind of, I didn't like watching. I don't like how he dressed. I didn't like how he acted. All that kind of stuff. And later on now I'm some of the things that I've seen from him in some of his later games, and as these guys age, I think they become more appealing. And now, in retrospect, I'm a big fan. But at the time, when he was young, I despised watching him play. It's funny how that works out. Same basic thing with Agassi. I despised watching Agassi when he was young and had hair. but later on, as he got more mature and his game changed and, you know, he changed, I became a huge fan. Huge fan. I was never, you know, despite the fact that I'm an American, I was never a huge Roddick fan. I don't like his face. It's, you know, weird. The weird things that you like and dislike about people are always interesting. Yeah. Anyway, now I'm thinking about tennis. Gosh, I would love to watch some of those old Bud Collins Wimbledon mornings. Some of those old days. Man. Who else? I mean, Lendl I liked. But Wilander I really liked because of his racket. The Rosignol, I loved that racket, and I could never find it. And yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. Your favorite part about him was his t-shirt, his big t-shirt and serve swing with supersonic sound. Oregon Moniwa, you played basketball, but a substitute, and you like watching a tennis game. I played basketball when I was in grade school. So I was never good. I was never good enough really to get further. But I played through grade school and I loved it. I loved playing basketball in grade school. So that's up till 8th grade. For my school, I played up till 8th grade. And I mostly never started. I was also like a substitute. I was not very good, but I enjoyed it. That's the thing, you know, back in the old days, you know, as kids, we played lots of sports. You know, what are you going to do? You played sports. And our school was big on sports, and the parents in the school were. So we played a lot of sports. My mom was a very, very strong tennis player who I her having kids, but prior to my being born, she was a very strong tennis player. I think with some aspirations of, you know, doing something with it. Just banged my mic. Sorry about that. My hopefully the mic is not messed up now. My viewing stream on YouTube, it looks like it's down. Did I lose? Am I still live? Am I still live? Am I still live? It looks like I am, and there have been no drop frames. Let me test from YouTube. And interesting. Let me just do this. Go live. I'm sorry about this. Just trying to figure out. Okay. Weird. Okay. Yeah. So Blizar, I was asking earlier, you had said you wanted to play. Are you interested in playing? We can play on Shogi Wars. We can play on Lee Shogi. Hey, Gabrielle, nice to see you. Good to see you. And it works. We could also play friend games on Shogi Club 24. I played, you know, the first game. The second game today was with a viewer, and that was fun. A two-dan Shogi Club 24 player. Let's see what's going on here. But otherwise, I think the viewership is just low today because of that Bieber. I think that must be it. That's the only possible explanation I have. You know, interestingly, yesterday's stream also. So lately, yesterday's stream, yesterday's YouTube viewing as well I wonder if there's just a dip here. It's very strange, or maybe I'm the problem, because viewership has been amazing for the past like week and a half, and the YouTube views and likes have been great for the past week and a half. But like it seems to have hit a wall in the past 2 days. I don't know what that's about. So like the podcast is getting much fewer views than I would have expected. Yesterday's stream, the VOD of the yesterday's stream has the least number of views that I can even remember in recent memory, and so it's strange. Maybe just a lot of the shogi world just independently had some sort of conflict. But all right, Blazar. So I'll give you so going once, going twice. All right. So let me close this up. Let me get back in here. I'm going to look at 81 Dojo for a second. I just want to check it out, see what they're looking like. Oh, it's also very low. Does anyone know? There are guests logged in. Anyone know what's up with this? There are guests log in, but there are no guests playing, no guests asking for games, and I cannot log in as a guest. All right, let's challenge Naona to a mini shogi. So I don't know what's going on there. When registration was broken and the site was having all sorts of trouble months ago, they had disabled guests because I liked to play guests on stream, but all of a sudden I see guests, and I don't know how they're logged in because I can't log in as a guest, and they're not doing anything. That's the thing, is it's like they're not doing anything. I almost wonder if it's a test. It's like it's a guest test by 81 Dojo itself, like on the back end. I wonder, because they're not doing anything. They're not watching any games. They're not playing any games. And as a regular user, I cannot log in as a guest. You're still waiting for 81 Dojo registration approval, 1 month and a half. Yeah, I can't. I think what do people advise? Emailing their webmaster? Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that their registration is so lackluster right now. And especially as Shogi Club 24 is going away, people are going to need a place to play. I don't know where they're going to go. Are they going to go to 81 Dojo? Maybe. I mean, there must be a reason that these Shogi Club 24 players are not playing at 81 Dojo. Maybe they'll go there. I don't think they're going to go to Lee Shogi. Maybe some of them will go to Lee Shogi. You texted them 7 times. They answer all of them, but nothing changed. Oh, seriously? Weird. Oh, that's unfortunate. Did they answer in Japanese? Demonic O is 5 Dan. Try to challenge again. That's why you just play Lee Shogi. Okay, in Japanese. You text in English, they respond in Japanese. Ah. What did it say? Did you I assume you translated it. Do we know this person? Do we know this player? All right. Well, it's a slow day. Magic Base, nice to see you. It'd be great if more people played Lee Shogi. You've recently been playing more there. Be the change you want to see. That's the thing is, I don't even know what the change is that I want to see in the world. Because I think the more I'm on Lee Shogi, I think the more I genuinely just don't like it. I don't have great words besides that. You know, as someone who was supporting, as someone who was, you know, donating for I'd say, I think 2 years. I was, you know, supporting them for 2 years, hoping that the site would you know, become useful and become, and I mean, it's obviously useful, would become bigger, and not seeing it, and then seeing them make decisions that I don't agree with, like the variants, like not having Opening Explorer, like not fixing the sound, like a bunch of things that they both did and didn't do started bothering me, such that I stopped donating. You know, after a couple of years of donating money and CPU resources for the cloud, you know, I kind of turned on it. I soured on it. I think that's the word to say. I soured on Lee Shogi, and once you, but I'll just speak for myself. Once I sour on something, it's very difficult for me to get it back. And obviously, I still use it for my studies. You know, I'm still trying to get in there. The study feature is great, but I just have very little hope for their future, because it's one person. You know, again, it's one person, and I don't think that person is a shogi player. And as great as the software is, I think it is missing some things that would make it so much better. And just the lack of direction, I think, to me, is the most concerning thing. I have no expectation that it's going to get better. And for whatever reason, when I am playing on Lee Shogi, maybe I'm just negatively biased at this point, it doesn't feel as good to me as playing on the other sites. Even though I can drag and pre-move, it doesn't feel like I'm playing Shogi for some reason. Maybe it's the look and feel I'm using. Maybe it's the dark mode. I don't know. But I don't have full sense of why this is, but I have soured on Lee Shogi. And so, like, I wouldn't play there, you know, for another reason. You know, I wouldn't play there because I don't like the way that you create games. There are people that I simply, and I don't think I'm alone, but there are people that I simply do not want to play. I don't want to block them, but I don't want to play them. So when I offer a game, I don't like that it will automatically be accepted. I know people disagree with this, but that's my feeling. And so I can't force myself to like it. Thomas P, nice to see you. Shogi is quite interesting. Do I play standard chess? Not well at all. I'm much better at shogi than I am in chess. I have not played much chess in my life. I do think the game is amazing. I do love the game. I have consumed a ton of chess content. Chess educational material, chess videos, books, Chessable. I still have I have 1,828 day Chessable streak. So I do my daily Chessable, and yeah. Have I been keeping up with chess news? A grandmaster? Yes, I did. Yeah, I don't say this lightly. An honest to goodness tragedy, and I loved listening to Daniel. I loved watching Daniel. His speedrun series, I think, is just incredible educational content. He's a great player, incredible commentator. It's sad for many reasons. It's it's sad. It's terribly sad for many reasons. And when it happened, someone in chat told me, and I didn't believe it. And that's when I looked it up. And then when I closed up the stream, I just watched a bunch of speedruns. I watched a bunch of Naroditsky speedrun videos for the rest of the day, and just kind of, absorbed it and tried to make peace with it. Blazar, you're a part of the Vietnam Shogi Club. Guys told you that the 81 dojo is running by just one man. Manufacturing guy is working in Toyota. Yeah, I think he's in Toyota. I think he works for Toyota, but it is one guy. It's one same. So Shogi Club 24 is one person, as far as I know. 81 dojo, as far as I know, is one person. Lee Shogi, as far as I know, is one person. And so, now Shogi Club 24 is going to Shogi Club. So the order that I thought it would all go away, I thought it would all go away in this order. Lee Shogi, 81 dojo, Shogi Club 24. I thought Shogi Club 24 would be there forever. And Shogi Club 24 is the first to go. So who will be next? Who will be next? And please let me know if I'm willing to play one game on Lee Shogi. I've been asking you for the past hour. I have been asking you for the past hour to play. At this point, I almost feel like I'm being trolled. At this point, I almost feel like I'm being trolled. Is there a site with Opening Explorer? Not really. Not really a usable one. Not really that I'm aware of. Not in English, certainly. I think ShogiDB2 sort of can be used in that way, I believe. And I don't know if there is a Japanese site or Japanese software that offers Opening Explorer, but I don't know of one. Play Shogi has one, but it's not, as far as it's not really usable. It's got very few games and antique games, and they're all pro games, which is, for me, almost completely worthless, because the openings that I've played and continue to play have extremely low variety in the pro game, and the responses from pros are not the responses that amateurs will do. So there's almost no value for that for me. So if we're gonna play on Lee Shogi, I'll play, but not 10-0, not 10 plus 0. We've got to have some sort of increment or byoyomi. Naroditsky seemed like a great individual. You say, I'll be honest, I never heard of him until he passed away. Really? Are you a long playing chess player? It really surprises you how many people didn't know him despite him being a grandmaster. Well, he was one of the most famous chess commentators. He has been commentating since the pandemic, and he is one of the most active and best commentators. He, his channel, he was one of the top shogi streamer or chess streamers, and his educational material on YouTube is huge. He did not, as far as I can tell, he did not go overboard and try to monetize like some of the chess grifters have, or some of the chess content creators have. He could have made, I think, a lot more, but he didn't. But he was so active and he loomed so large in the chess community. You say you don't think he had any real friends. I don't know about that. Like, I think he did have the Bortniks, and he had, I believe, the leader of the Charlotte Chess Center, Peter Giannatos. I think on stream the other day I called him Peter Giannakis, but I think it's Giannatos. My understanding is that they are friends and they are close. They are close. My understanding is that he did have some, but and we still, we still don't actually know how he died. We still do not know. All of us are speculating, and it seems like all of our speculation is probably getting close to correct, but we don't know what happened. I just, we just know what made his life miserable for the past year. And, we all know about that. Uh, so you've been playing chess for a year and a half. Your son plays in tournaments, and you never heard of Nerditsky. Wow. Well, where are you? Where are you? Are you not in? I mean, he's world famous, I would say, but especially in parts of the United States. Yeah, he was also top 4 bullet players. Yeah, we can say 99%, absolutely sure, but probably top 10 bullet players. All right, so Blizar, let's search for Blizar. Blizar. We can challenge. How do I challenge on this site? There we go. Challenge. Standard. Default. Real time. We'll do 530. Casual. Random side. All right. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. I am Sente. Let's do this. How's the stream looking? Is it I am not in this the layout, the Shogi layout. How are we doing? Okay. North Carolina. Oh, well, wait a minute. But that's where the chess center is. Like, that's where there and Silicon Valley area are probably where he'd be most famous. Like the Charlotte Chess Center. Wow. Gosh, I'm so dry. All right. We got that Nakazumi. So this will be interesting. Yeah, this will be very interesting. I'm gonna try to do my normal stuff, but I'm not sure. Like I'm was also tempted to go Nakabisha. Ah, okay. So this is an opening that only good people are gonna do. Carlsen, Hikaru, Perugia, top 4. Yeah, I don't know how Tang has been doing in Bullet lately, but yeah, he's always up there in that list. Interesting. Okay. I don't know. I don't really know what to do against this sort of opening edge rush. You think here in Brazil, probably most people want to watch some chess in English, new Naroditsky. One who watches only in Portuguese, maybe you'll also know him by playing with Krikor or Supi online. Yeah, like he's so large in the chess. I'm stunned to hear that someone who who's playing chess wouldn't. I am curious. I wonder why. Thomas, did you get recommended this channel from YouTube? I'm always trying to figure out how that recommendation is working. You know, it's so interesting to me. Hmm. I'm just gonna pre-move that. Hmm. I'm not sure if I like this right now. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Um, it was on your homepage. Oh, fascinating. Fascinating. Gosh, my eyes are starting to bother me. I've said before, you know, my prescription that I have, I don't think is great for this distance. So I struggle to, I find myself, especially after some of the longer streams, I'm ending up with, so do I have, like, if I get my rook up, do I have mate, is the question. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Wow. Hmm. Yeah, it's going to be tough because this is, once I come in, this is going to be attacking. think that's a trapped rook. Oh, nice. Nice. It is not a trapped rook. Where is it? Could drop a lance. Push, he goes back. Push, he goes to the side. Lance. Yeah. Okay. So take, and then he'll have a lance. But there won't really be anywhere to put it. And I'll be able to drop a rook. Oh boy. Oh, that saved the bishop. Nice, nice. Well, it didn't. No, it didn't save the bishop. Do I have mate? Yeah, I do. Of course I do. Yeah. Arigatou gozaimashita. Boy, the thank you for the game. That was the attack on the side seemed so it seemed really interesting until it wasn't. Wonder why did it fall apart? Why did that ending attack? Gabrielle, that's the goal. That is absolutely the goal, Gabrielle. It's something from Muse. That thing that Muse shared recently. I'm trying. I am trying so much to make that the way I play. You know, because I'm going for very sharp checkmates and not finding it. So it's funny that discussion has been on my mind for a long time. And I just in a recent chess podcast I was listening to, someone was talking about the same thing. He was saying, sometimes you just need to find the practical move. You don't have to find the best move. Just find the practical move that's good enough. He said, sure, you can go for, there might be a checkmating line that has, a bunch of moves that you have to see, but like if you mess up, you lose. So he was trying to argue that like as an amateur, sometimes you just have to find the good enough move. not necessarily the fastest mate, or the even if there is a long difficult mate on the board. Sometimes you just, if you are not 1000% sure of it, sometimes just find the good enough moves. I'm trying to take that to heart in my shogi, because especially a lot of times if I don't have a good castle or something, it's common that, yeah, sure, I might have checkmate on the board, but if I miss that checkmate, then I'm giving up like a ready-made attack for my opponents. So in this one here, I know the engine doesn't like this stuff. I know the engine does not like these kinds of things so much. Like the Nakazumai-ish type stuff. I still think it's tough to go against. Oh, interesting. The engine right now is calling for going to Central Rook. Or pushing this pawn, probably expecting Central Rook. It is. Yeah, that line has going to Central Rook. So we talked about this, but I don't... So how does... I wish Koshiro was here. How does going to Central Rook help here, where they have four pieces kind of... There are 3 pieces guarding this pawn. Well, 4 pieces, including the king. And a 4th over here kind of still helping out. How does Central Rook break in here? Like, it doesn't seem to me like Central Rook would be able to make any progress against this. Even if I get my knights up the board. It's very interesting to me. Like, I understand going Central Rook if the opponent has committed over here and the king is kind of naked, but like there's a bishop and 2 generals just eyeing that focal point or whatever. So needless to say, it didn't hate my... Okay, so the engine hated this move. I thought it was not so bad. And I played the right move. I played it right. Okay, I played it right. Here's... So the engine is thinking, let's do this, or let's do this. Let's just take this. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. How does Duck lose to Central Rook? They just break in the front. How, though, Ornolf? How? Is it with multiple knights? Multiple knights and then pawn drops? Do I have any suggestions? The main idea is silver 1 square up. My only suggestion right now, because I've seen plenty of people play this effectively, my only suggestion would be not to make this premature edge attack and kind of, exchange this pawn and go into your normal stuff. Getting this lance became such a big factor for me in breaking in. And I got the pawn drop as well. Like that pawn drop at some point in the edge attack. I think I'm going to assume my move was good. So if we fast forward a bit here, engine does not like this. It really wants me to just win this lance. The engine really wants me to win this lance. I didn't see this. Yeah, these two are much better than the alternatives. So now that lance. So I was doing this in large part to block the bishop from protecting the lance. So, or not to protect the lance, but like preventing lance takes pawn drop on the head. Like that's sort of why I did this. I like this. So that I thought was bad. Yeah, I was expecting I was expecting some tatakis. I was expecting you to block here. After taking the pawn, after taking the pawn, of course. I was expecting this to stay here so that you could tataki. So here's what the engine's calling for. Oh, interesting. Both of these. The engine wants both of these first. And then take. So that you cannot tataki on the head. Oh, Gabrielle, that would be cool. That would be cool. With central rook attack, with the central rook attack Shodan original game against Nakazumai. So anyway, so now I cash in on the lance. I don't understand. Why is this the best move? Well, this is the best move now. Okay. No, it's back. So why would we give this up? Why would we give this up? Okay. And then oh wait, that's oh, interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, that's a nice tactic. All right. So that's a nice tactic. But anyway, so I didn't go for that. I didn't. Yeah, clearly I didn't go for that. Silver takes. I guess my moves are not my moves are not terrible. They're not as good as the best moves. I'm not seeing some of I'm not seeing some of these themes, some of these ideas here. So this move wasn't as good as just taking. Oh boy. Oh boy. I thought this was so snazzy. It was fine. Okay. All right. Or the engine wanted to just do this. Okay. Yeah, I guess that does win it. It does win this piece, I guess. Come back, then it come back. Bully the rook. So it's really tough from here. So I don't know what would this suggestion? Does anyone have any suggestions? I mean, really, I think you just got yourself in trouble with this this early edge attack. It ended up giving up a lance that was too powerful to be able to break through. So I think I would have just just played normal kind of shogi stuff, and that is what the engine's suggesting. So like, let's say I come up here. You come there, I come over, and this is, I guess the moves I would have made here are a little suboptimal. I guess that's somewhat suboptimal too. And I guess we just play. You know, what are my plans? What are my plans here? What are your plans? Like, am I looking to sort of do this? Oh, you forgot that the pawn could be dropped. Ah. Do you play at the club with any of the other Vietnamese players? Let me see. Did you say you're in? Oh, you are a part of Vietnamese Shogi Club. Yeah. Did you see the podcast? I'm curious if you saw the podcast with Trung. Playing once per week, every Sunday. Awesome. Awesome. That's great. I mean, that's what I've been doing now for the past 3 years at the same club every Sunday. You know, I play a few times, play a few games every Sunday. And like that's what really cemented my love of shogi, is playing those games at the club. And it feels sometimes like playing those club games, sometimes it feels like I have to play them to revitalize me for my online games, because my online starts going down then if I don't play over the board. Oh, you didn't? Okay, yeah. I'll just link it here. I will just link the podcast here, that episode, in case you're interested. It's one of my favorite. I like them all, but it is one of my favorite episodes here. Let's see. I don't. Hopefully, it doesn't give you a timestamp here. All right. Awesome. My hands are getting cold. All right. Well, I think maybe that's going to do. So it's about some specific or just in common. The podcast. It's just about shogi, where I talk about topics that I find interesting, that I think the community might find interesting, and then interviews with various people, various shogi players, promoters, people who are learning shogi, people who are advanced. So it's just really it's an attempt to have some shogi content out there that people can listen to. Thank you. Gabrielle, usually when you play over the board, you simply get stomped. You're in a tough spot. I don't think that's true, though. That's not true, because I've seen your results. I know you win games, and I know you're really good. So and anyway, even if you weren't, I get stomped all the time too. I say this all the time. I think I probably win between 10 and 15% of my games that I play at that club. That I've been playing at for 3 years. I mostly get stomped. He's the club leader, the main player that I play against. For a period of like a year and a half or so, it was just the two of us. It was 3 of us, then just the 2 of us, and now there's between 3 and 6 regularly. But I lost most of my games to him, and getting stomped because he's just better. But as long as the games are fun, it's okay. But like you'd be playing Koshiro. It's sort of like when I go to the San Francisco Shogi Club as well. I do not win often. There are a couple 3-dans there. There's Muse is occasionally, there, and he's 6-dan now. And other strong 1 to 3 Dan players as well go. Z-Kid used to go, who is now, 5 Dan plus. And, I would get absolutely stomped. I win occasionally, against, as high as 3 Dan, but most of the time I'm just getting stomped. There's the runner-up to the U.S. Shogi Championship. It was there the last time that I was there. He's an 11-year-old who's ridiculous. He just turned 11. Before that, we had the U.S. Shogi Champ, who was absurdly good. Okay, so the thing is, when you go to the club, you can choose to play against Koshiro or Koshiro, so it's tough to even have a game. It's really just it's that small for you? So Blizzard, at the Vietnam club, 4 to 6 people. That's a good number. I would say that 4 to 6 people is a good number. I mean, don't get me wrong. I also loved when it was just 3 of us or just 2 of us. Like those, I also loved those days. So, I guess as long as there's people there that you like, as long as there's at least one person there that you like, it's good. But I'm surprised that you don't get more. That is so disappointing to hear. That you've got 2 great, you and Koshiro are 2, I would say, great players, or at least, I don't know if you consider yourself great. I'll say you're very, very good. Very, very good, and then Koshiro is obviously great. That should be such a good opportunity for people to play and learn. I'm surprised. So that means that is it that Tokyo Peach doesn't live nearby? Tokyo Peach doesn't go, YKT, Takashima-san, who else? I mean, you also, I don't think they live near you guys. Led Zeppelin, and I'm trying to think of it, Spassky, the username Spassky. People there usually play more Mahjong. Okay, so he's from another state. Yeah, Brazil, like the United States, Brazil is huge. It just makes it so difficult to maintain like a good shogi community because the United States, that's something that Rico mentioned in this week's podcast, is that United States is so big. And so it takes a long time to travel just to meet with people. Okay, Takashima-san and Takano-san, they live very far. Okay. That's unfortunate. Man, I would love to be able to play with Koshiro. But the problem is, the problem for me, and maybe you feel the same way, but you're better than I am, so I don't think you would feel this, but like, I would be worried that I'm boring him. Like, even though my opponent that I play regularly beats me 85, +% of the time, I like to think that they're not boring games, that they're good games. And, I can put up a fight and occasionally win one. But like, if it was me versus Koshiro, it would just be Koshiro winning every single game, and maybe he would get bored. I don't know. Maybe that's one of the problems with being too good. It's not a problem that I'll ever have to deal with in shogi. Yeah. But I do think, yeah, I can see some people getting there. I hear that on chess podcasts as well sometimes, where once people get like a little too good, they stop going to the local club because it's like just a wrecking ball. There was a day that he was playing against you and playing Mahjong at the same time. Oh my gosh. Probably winning both. Probably winning shogi and winning the Mahjong game. Yeah. Why is he so good? Why is he so good? And he's also good at chess. He doesn't even play chess, but he's also good at chess from his shogi. So it's not fair. It's not fair. Boy. All right. I think I'm gonna close up for the day. I have no liquid and my voice is my water is getting very dry, and I don't want to make people wait for me to go refill my water. So I'm gonna close it up. I will see you all later. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the 2 viewer games, Blizar and Shogi People. I don't remember the first part of Shogi People. What is your name? Huario Shogi People. What about April? What about April, Blizar? Oh, appreciate. I appreciate it too. So fun. So fun. And I'll see you all later. Thanks again. Take care. Enjoy your shogi. Bye.